Hey guys, it's David, also known as DProc135, coming at you with a review of my two favorite longboards, the Bustin Ibach 9-ply 40-inch and the Dervish Sama 42.5-inch. So we'll start off with the Dervish. Right here, as you can see, it resembles greatly the original Dervish, which is sort of the original free ride all-around dancing board that Loaded came out with back in, I believe, 2006 or 2005. Someone's probably going to comment saying the actual date. Here you see the grip tape. It's really a grip tape with a purpose, really gritty. And it's similar to Vicious grip tape. Maybe not quite as much grip, but does the trick. And this is a lot finer grit, so I like it more for dancing because you can still keep that you can keep the foot grip, but you can also sort of slide your foot off at the same time if you're trying to do anything that incorporates that. And also, with the shape of the board, you have a bit of a concave, not as much as a lot of downhill boards, but like you still have that concave. And you also have little kicks at the nose and tail. Yep, there you go. There's the little kicks there and there, which help for like popping the board out, doing shoves, and the lake. So, onto the board graphic. Yeah, it's there you see Lord Dervish Sama written in the top left corner or bottom right hand corner, depends on what angle you're looking at it from. And you can see all around the board they're incorporating the dervishes, whirling dervishes, into the board graphic in an abstract way. So, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I like how they sort of manipulated the graphic away from the bright feel into more of a abstract feel. And here's my setup. These are Paris 180 Colton's, Colton signature, Adam Colton signature, and I like them. They're fancy. And on the wheels, I have 83A Morongas by Orangutan, as you probably know. These are basically like the Balutes, except there's no problem with the core separating itself from the urethane and your wheel popping out, which is a definite negative of the Balutes. And for bearings, I have Bones Super Reds, which are actually black, but they're Bones Super Reds and roll really well. Like I said, this is like my free ride board. I like to dance on it. It's a good all around board. Only thing it's not really good for is some downhill. But luckily I have this thing, which is the Bustin Ibach 40-inch 9-ply with the limited edition Statue of Liberty graffiti graphic. So I really like it. We'll start off with a review of the grip. This, I'm not sure what grip they used, but whatever it is extremely grippy. And the fact that it's so grippy is awesome for a downhill board because you're not going to try to dance on this deck. Or if you do, then I don't know. I guess you could, but it's whatever. Also, right here you see new technology that Bustin came out with, which is the slide rail. It really locks your foot in for slides, obviously, as seen by the name. So, what it really serves to do is like your heel will hang off here, and when you're pushing out, it'll really grip into this little sharp edge that you have here. And as you can see, it actually gave me a paper cut. Actually, yeah, you can sort of see it. It's whatever. But yeah, it's really sharp edge. I really like it. And it's also a drop deck, top mounted drop deck, so there's screws, but it's a 1-inch drop with a 1/2-inch concave. So your concave makes it look like it's only a 1/2-inch drop, but it drops the full 1-inch. So running up the middle, it's a 1-inch, and then on the sides, it really has an aggressive concave, and the slide rails make it feel even more aggressive, if you want to call it that. So yeah, and there's the slightest bit of a kick at each of the nose and tail, which I'm not sure why they incorporated it. Maybe just so that you could try to get some shoves in there and stuff. But yeah, onto the bottom. For trucks, we have the 50 degree caliber wheels, but because I really, not wheels, trucks, because I really like the feel of the trucks. But the only problem is I use this for downhill a lot. So to compensate between getting the 50 and the 44 degree, I got the 50 degree, as you can see. But I also have Cairo wedges, which work out well. And so, like, that's basically so I can do downhill, but I can still have the carve. It reduces the angle to about 45 degrees, but it also absorbs some of the shock of the road, which is also really good. And for wheels, we have the 86A Morongas. I know some of you guys are going to say, hey, these aren't downhill wheels. And then I have some Bullseye Ibach 9 bearings, which aren't really downhill bearings. And I know this is a really free ride setup. It's a really good free ride board, but like I said, it is designed for downhill. Like they even say right here, it's 40 inches length with 10 inches wheelbase, 31.25 inches, and it's built to speed. So the solve for that is I have this extra set of trucks that I throw on there if I'm really feeling like going really fast. These are standard kingpin trucks, so they're not the reverse kingpins with it going through the actual hanger. It's sort of separated, and it's got less of a turning, it's less of a like turning abilities, but it's also a little more stable at higher speeds, at least I feel like. And for wheels, we have, oh, there you go, the Orangutan 4 Prez, and this is the 80As. And the reason I have these is because they're just super grippy. You won't lose any grip at high speeds without intentionally like throwing out the board. And for bearings, I have Bone Swiss Ceramics, which are, I really like them. They've lasted me a long time, so hopefully they keep lasting on. Bushings, I have whatever standard barrel bushings came with the truck set, except the top one has a bit of a, well, it was a barrel, but it's been tightened down enough that it's now a bit of a, it pumpkins out a little bit. But it's a really solid setup for downhill. I liked it a lot. Only problem is it squeaks, but fixed that with paraffin wax. So yeah, again, this one 9-ply, so it's a tiny, like the slightest bit of flex, just enough to absorb the road vibration, whereas your Sama over here is a flex 1 with 4 or 5-ply. Actually, it may be 3. So like even just stepping on it, it really bounces. So yeah, this has been a review of my 2 favorite longboards, the Bustin Ibach and the Dervish Sama. So probably gonna upload a couple slide videos pretty soon. Be ready for those, and peace out.